we're preparing. We're going to do that. And then we mute ourselves on the channel so that we don't have an echo. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
We're preparing. We're going to do that. And then we mute.
For that reason. Thank you.
I forgot last time I always have my iPad sitting here and I have my phone. It's at 20%, but I'm sure.
Okay, we are live. We're live. Yeah. And then I got to fix this so we can.
Mine's going to do the thing.
What are we doing?
Like mine's going to make the noise. I'm trying to stop it. Thank you. I got it.
All right. Nobody's chatting yet, but that's okay. There are 12 people watching. Hello.
Woo.
Hello. 12 people.
12 people. Let me fix
mine says 14.
Woo. Okay, let me fix my screen here so I can see the chat box.
I need to find the chat box.
Because I feel like Lindsay's the chatter. Lindsay's, hey, Jean's here. Yay. Hi, Jean.
Hi, Jean.
Excellent.
And Cindy.
Puppers 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, awesome.
A great name.
It is. Okay, Victor says it's the middle of the night for Victor. Victor, where are you typing from? Trish, hi. Claudia.
Hello.
Tell us where it's the middle of the night. He's probably in, I don't know, maybe Shetland or somewhere. In England, maybe. It'd be in the middle of the night.
Insomnia knitting.
Well, no, would it be like 2 a.m., I think, in England? It's like 7 or 8 hours ahead, I think. Jennifer, Vicky, Carolyn, Patty.
Welcome.
Yeah. Welcome, everybody. We're glad you're joining us. We haven't done a live stream in a super long time.
It has been a while. This will be fun. I'm excited.
Oh, I was close. Victor's in Sweden. Yay.
Oh, there you go.
I had like the right longitude, roughly. Okay.
I just Google it.
Teresa from Oklahoma, Catherine from New York, Cynthia from Kansas City. It's fun to see where everybody's from.
It is. Kansas City is close-ish to us. Me.
Yes.
Me? It's the same distance from me as it is from you.
That's right. And you know what, Jean? It's fine. I am, on Sleeve Island on my sweater. I finished the first one, but I'm on Sleeve Island.
So I thought you said I'm honestly vibing.
Oh, that too.
I'm vibing with my sweater. I was like, that's a really a thing. I'm like Jana.
Because people are starting to type questions. Here's let's do this. If you have a question, please type the word question in caps so that while there's all this other chat going on, we will have the word question in caps and that will draw our attention to your question. But first, we'll introduce ourselves. I'm Jana from Pearl Together. I live in Southeast Wyoming and it's the middle of the nowhere. It's July. It's hot. It's wheat harvest almost, which means there's chaff and all stuff. It's dusty and we really need rain. So
you can have some of ours.
Both from Illinois, southern sort of central Illinois, right?
Not southern at all.
West central Illinois.
West central. Like why? What do I know?
Like right on the Mississippi River. Like I can walk to the Mississippi River.
I cannot. I can walk to what's ours called? There's nowhere I can walk to.
Okay, so Jill, introduce yourself. You're Jill, right?
Yep, I am Jill. I live in West Central Illinois. I can walk to the Mississippi River. It is dry here as well, but it was a little bit cooler today. So that was nice.
We just got a ton of rain.
Okay, well, let's not. Okay.
Maybe I'm crazy. It's fine.
Jill has been knitting for a while, but you were kind of beginner intermediate-ish when we first met, and you've like leveled up.
Thanks to a lot of YouTube videos of yours.
Yes. And Lindsay doesn't like introducing herself, so I told her before we started I was going to ask her 3 random questions. So
I didn't realize that Jill wasn't also getting 3 random questions.
She might, but we're going to do this with you first because you were attitudey. So we're doing this first. So Before I forget, real quick, before I have to keep scrolling, puppers 1, 2, 3, 4. The clog knit along will start August 2nd. So next week, sport weight. Yeah, probably not. You would have to hold it. The pattern is written for worsted weight held double. So sport weight held double, it'd be pretty difficult to felt that down enough to make it a firm enough fabric to be clog worthy. So I would encourage you to find some worsted that's feltable, 100% wool, hold double, or bulky, held single. So August 2nd, next week. Okay, Lindsay, how long have you been knitting? Question 1. How long?
Since 2015.
Okay.
2014.
Okay.
2014.
Question number 2 is 2-part. Can I do part A and B, or does that count as 2 questions?
No,
Okay.
A and B is fine.
Question 2. What food do you totally detest? You would never let it touch your lips. Like I am with pickles?
Peas. I hate peas. Like thinking about peas makes me want to.
No peas. No peas for Lindsay.
Hate peas. Ugh.
Okay.
What's part B?
What is your favorite? What is your favorite dessert ever?
Oh, tiramisu. Hands
Really?
down. Oh, absolutely. A good tiramisu, like made from someone who's from Italy, preferably. But tiramisu.
Okay. Okay. I was trying to read Victor's thing. It says 3, it's 3 in the morning there.
3
And I
in the
can't
morning.
quite understand the, okay. Stuck in different knitting, cross something lives on YouTube. Okay. Can you
do
spell
hate
Mississippi
okra?
real
Is that
fast?
what you mean?
I can spell
Oh,
Mississippi. really fast.
MISSISSIPPI.
Right. Susan's from Wyoming. Yes. Okay. Jean says for clogs, I use mock chunky. It has beautiful, amazing colors and felt so beautifully in okra. Okay.
I think she means she doesn't like okra.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's what she means. Yeah, it's slimy. I don't
Oh,
like
it's
it.
delicious. Fried okra. Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
So then third question, what if you could only knit with one gauge? I don't mean brand, but I mean,
my.
you got to pick fingering sport, worsted.
Oh,
or
one weight.
what weight yarn
Fingering.
forever the rest of your life? That's all you can have.
Fingering.
Hands
Because
down.
I could always hold a double.
Easy. Yep. Me too.
Yeah.
For sure.
Fingering.
Jill, same 3 questions. You started knitting when?
Oh, I started knitting
2014.
probably because I'm thinking my daughter was born in 2010. So I wonder if it was like 2012.
You didn't start knitting till I moved to your town, which was 2014.
Yeah. So I started knitting in 2014.
Okay. Favorite food, favorite dessert specifically.
Oh, food
Favorite-
she hates also.
Okay. No, these are her questions. Lindsay.
Favorite dessert. Well, I like salty, crunchy things. So honestly, my favorite dessert would be kettle cooked potato chips. Give me salty, crunchy over sweet any day.
Okay. What do you detest?
Yeah. Eggs.
Never gonna eat it.
Eggs. Eggs.
Oh.
Yeah, I love to make eggs and I don't mind the smell of them. I can't do eggs.
Okay.
She makes really good omelets.
But it's
I
not
like-
your thing.
I like to cook them. Yeah, it's sad because that's a really nice, easy lunch type thing.
Yeah.
Take your leftovers and throw them in an omelet or
Yeah,
something like
for
that.
sure.
Yeah.
And weight of yarn if you could only pick one forever.
DK.
Oh, yeah, okay. Fair enough.
That's a good choice too.
It is. Okay, let me back up here. Lauren's here. Hi from my bed in New Jersey. A girl in her wool. It's 9:08 in New Jersey, and Lauren is a get up early kind of person. So
Because she's busy dyeing all of our yarn.
I
I'm
know.
excited.
And I'm still okay. Am I going to get done by the end of the month? I'm still knitting my tube.
Oh, it's pretty.
Is this
And I
your
keep-
first one?
Yeah, and I keep weighing it because I want to knit exactly half. Okay, maybe not exactly.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But yeah, knitting half, do my toe, and then set it aside because I'm going to do afterthought heels on this pair. So
is that in sock weight? Did you switch?
No, it's DK. I did switch
Really?
for my
It's
club.
really little.
I did switch for my color coming now in
So
August.
did I. I just switched.
Yeah. So this is DK.
Oh, it's pretty. I haven't knit colors in
Yeah.
a long time.
The
Let's see.
contrast in July is so fantastic. The way it just plays with it, it'll look really neat with the heel. It really will.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, somebody has a question. Yes, type your question. Type the word question in caps, please. And then type your question in lowercase sentence, regular typing. Okay. But that way, if you type the word question, we won't miss it in the chat that's going on about spelling Mississippi backwards, which no, I'm not going to do that. Okay. But Catherine says, I'm really stuck on the heel turn part 3. Okay. Is there something specific you're like stuck on? I'm not sure what part you mean. I mean, I know what the heel turn is, but I guess I'm questioning what.
Like where in the heel turn?
Yes. What's the hang up?
Oh, I tell you what, as a new knitter, if I put it down in the middle of the heel turn before I learned how to read my yarn.
Oh yeah, don't put it down.
No, it wasn't. It was almost like okay, everyone, I'm going to turn the heel, like this sacred event.
Don't
like
talk to me for an hour.
No one could disturb me. No one was allowed in the living room. I needed like emergency Lindsay nearby in case I made a mistake.
Oh, I understand. But Catherine, if you can type what your hang up is, that would be helpful. So if you're having trouble, yeah, I would say, I'm not sure. When you say part 3, it depends too. If you're watching the older version of the basic cuff down video where I have like the lighter colored oatmeal yarn with the darker heel flap, or you're watching the newer Knit a Sock with Me cuff down video, which was in 2020. So hope you're watching the new version. That might help as well. Okay.
And if you're not watching the new version, maybe pop over to it when we're done here.
Yeah. So Patty says, I want to something hand knit and do chevron stitch, but having trouble with the top and bottom peaks. Okay. So those are probably double decreases, I'm guessing. If you can tell me what the trouble is, So it's hard to answer the question when I'm not sure what the hang up is. Like specifically, are you having trouble understanding what the pattern means, or maybe how to do a double decrease? Yeah. So, okay. Diane says, discuss the differences in yarns. I'm a new knitter and don't know what I don't know. Jill,
do you mean yarn weights? Is that what she means?
Or fibers? Yeah.
Oh.
What I will tell you is buy the best yarn you can afford because it's worth it. And I'm going to tag team this with a question that's in the group. I'm going to click myself over to that. There was a question that somebody put in the group today that says, what makes for a better sock, the yarn, the pattern, or the knitting technique? I knit socks using bargain yarns and they are not as finished. Okay, well, I'm not sure what she means by finished, but what I will say is buy the best yarn you can afford because it's worth it. Because I have socks that I still have been wearing for 6 or 7 years because I don't put them in the dryer. I'm careful how I launder them. Like Jill, I sometimes hand wash, sometimes I'm lazy. I'm a little lazy with that, but
I love it. It makes me so happy. Just that bundle of squishiness. It makes me so happy. I take a picture
and the little
time I do it.
And it's worth it. It's worth it because bargain bin yarns, if that's what you're going to call it, like acrylic, for example. I mean, if you're just starting out and that's what you have available and it makes you happy, then by all means do it. I mean, you're not going to go to yarn hell for it. It'll be fine.
But also, since Lauren's here, maybe we should say buy some sock yarn from Lauren.
We should. Yes, because Lauren has
not regret it.
Sock yarn, agirlandherwool.com. Go over there. And if you can afford that, that's great. And the reason for it is it will wear better. It will not pill. And it will just launder better. And it will be more durable over time.
And I also think with the knitting, it will endure more. So like if you're someone who has to either tank or go back or whatever, however you
will withstand frogging and reknitting.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Without like splitting.
Much better than cheaper. Yeah.
Okay. So, oh, the other difference there too is your socks or anything will hold up better if you're consistent with your gauge, and your socks, if we're talking about socks specifically, you need to have a tighter fabric. If you knit socks with a looser gauge, it won't last as long.
Right.
Okay. So, all right. Cindy says, after the rain, sweater, sleeves, magic loop. Okay. I saw your question as well on the group. If you're having trouble with your beginning of the round, is what you mentioned earlier on the group, your magic loop, if you're having trouble with the beginning of the round pulling out, or where your junction is on your magic loop, it's because your yarn, your magic loop needs to turn over itself right here. If it's not, and it's like this, then it's pulling apart. If you can see that, if it's pulling apart like that, you're going to have ladders at the junction of your needles. So your magic loop needs to be long enough to be able to, not have stress at the juncture right there. So that's the first thing about magic loop. When I carried the yarn up on my sweater, all I did was like, on my daughter's sweater, where I really did do the every 6 rounds on the stripes, I carried the yarn up every third. So in the center of that section, I carried it up just because it got to be habit. And that's where I knew it was halfway through the stripe, and then I'd switch. You don't have to do that. And there's occasionally when I forgot, and it's not a big deal. I didn't go back and change it. But that's all I did was I brought up the yarn loosely, kind of twisted it together, and then dropped it, and then carried on knitting. And just make sure that your tension, it's not too loose where the carry up part is. It's not too loose, but it's not tugging, pulling either. Let's see.
Jana, Barb
Yes.
would like to know if you can talk a little bit about the difference between worsted spun and woolen spun.
I can try, but I always get the two mixed up in my mind.
Isn't woolen spun the one with more air?
I've never even heard of woolen spun.
I think it has to do with the way it's carded and the way the fibers are arranged when it's carded. One of them is more jumbled and the other one, the fibers are laid more flat together and carded like more, like everything is more parallel than it is, Yeah, that's a really technical answer. And I always get the two confused in my mind. Yeah.
And I was thinking, and I could be wrong.
Isn't
the woolen spun where there's a lot of air in there and it's like floofier, and so that's why it's warmer, although it feels very light when you're knitting with it.
It could be more insulative.
The air like next to your body or something, and that's why it seems very warm.
Right. Okay, Catherine, Lindsay's typing to you, so good. That will help, hopefully. You're doing the blue customizable toe up. All right, so that helps. So she's not doing the cuff down, but it's the same heel turn either way. So when you do the heel turn, woolen spun is more random, Jean says. Good. Okay, when you do the heel turn, regardless of the number of stitches you have on the heel flap, you're going to knit halfway across and then +2. Then you knit 2 together, knit 1, turn. Then you're going to purl 5, purl 2 together, purl 1. I think this is all written out. And Catherine, if you haven't printed the written instructions, go to purltogether.com. There's a button at the top that says patterns, and you can find the actual written instructions for the heel turn. And if you haven't done that, if you're just trying to follow the video and do it with me, it might help you to have it written out. So
I have that. I have it printed out in my binder that's right behind me.
And if you do enough socks, you'll memorize it. Patty says, I get bargain yarn and love it. Awesome. Fantastic. And it also depends what you mean by bargain yarn, because in my opinion, Knit Picks is bargain yarn, but it's good quality bargain yarn. I mean, they're Felici. I've made lots and lots of pairs of socks from that. So it just depends. Yeah. Valerie says woolen spun is much lighter, but we'll keep yes, it's more insulative. Absolutely.
Insulative.
Yes. Cool.
I stuck that link in there for the he'll turn.
Oh, good. Thank you. Good.
A lot of other people are thanking you too.
Good. Okay, Joyce says, from the research on Ganesh knitting, from what I understand, worsted spun is a tighter, smoother spin, so the knits and pearls show up. Yes, better stitch definition, for sure. Yep.
Worsted has a better stitch definition.
Worsted spun, and woolen spun is more fluffy.
So is this not the weight?
No, it's how the wool is prepared to begin with.
So like my sock yarn could be worsted spun.
Correct.
Oh, that is confusing because they're not even a different word.
So when we say worsted weight, that's
right.
The weight of yarn. Worsted yarn is worsted weight, but there's worsted spun. So the term can mean more than one thing.
Oh, I hate words like that.
I know.
Oh,
It's true.
Okay. It's okay.
Okay. And Valerie, yes, you can tell woolen spun by the strand isn't smooth and shiny, and typically it does not have distinct stitches. When shopping, most yarns will state woolen spun. Worsted spun is never noted.
So is worsted the more
default, the default?
Yeah,
it would seem.
Gotcha.
Well, good. Thank you, Valerie, for clarifying that, because I always get the two confused. I don't know. Worsted. Okay.
Yeah, same. I didn't know they existed.
So while people are typing questions and stuff, we're also going to talk about other things we're working with. I was saying to Jill, I just have all these little things hanging out. Like here's my I'm going to hurry up and try to get this done by the end of the month. I have 6 days. Okay. Well, today is almost over. So I have 5 days.
5 days.
Oh yeah.
Must knit faster, sleep less.
Oh, 5 days.
Oh, Jean says my dryer lint sweater is woolen spun. Okay. That makes sense.
That does make sense.
Yes.
Now I know exactly what woolen spun means.
I do too. And for everybody else, other viewers, Jean she's a patron. She comes to patron knit night. And by the way, you can too. If you sign up to be a patron at a certain tier, we have Zoom night. We knit together and it's lots of fun.
It's super
so
fun.
Jean is talking about a sweater and I can't think of the pattern name. She can type it in there, but her husband, just because of the color, it's this lovely kind of a lighter purple color with some other tweedy.
It's really, really pretty.
And her husband said it looked like dryer lint and we all laughed. So she calls it a dryer lint sweater. But that's very, fluffy and woolen spun. And that totally makes sense now that I think of that pattern. Absolutely. So, hi, Gloria from New Mexico. Okay, Jennifer says, what are some tips for knitting brioche in the round? Tried it. It was a disaster. Any good pattern? Yes, I have a beginner pattern and I have a tutorial. And Lindsay, because she's on it, is going to put the link to my brioche tutorial in the chat. Because she's awesome like that. I did a beginning brioche playlist for a hat and also for a scarf. And baby James is not here at the moment, but this is the scarf that he really likes to lay on. So this is the brioche scarf that we did the playlist for. And the baby James, the kitten, snagged it a little bit right there, but you can't hardly tell. But I'm not a big scarf person. And so the baby kitten gets to sleep on it on the shelf.
What a comfy, squishy blanket for sweet baby James.
Sweet baby James. And he loves it. Okay.
Very much.
Yes,
So.
I even have a whole brioche thing about fixing when you make a mistake because there were lots of that. There was lots of mistakes and, cursing. Because brioche I can do it, obviously, but it's not my favorite thing. So
I haven't done it again since we did the one.
That's been like 3 years ago.
It was like 3 years ago. Yeah. And I really enjoyed it. And I just haven't gone back to it ever though.
Baby James is super spoiled. That is totally true. Yes. Simply
what else?
Knit 'em from Las Vegas. Thanks for joining us. Yes, and Valerie says, Jennifer, start with 2-color brioche, which is what my tutorial is, so that you can see what's going on. Absolutely.
I agree. The first time I did brioche before learning from you at the retreat, I did 1 color, and 1 color is so hard.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Do you knit baby clothes? I have.
Let me put in some links to my Ravelry page where I have.
Yes. Yes, depends on what kind. I've knitted lots of baby stuff. So, yeah.
What else is on your desk, Jana?
Oh my word.
Give us a peek behind the curtain. That's what we all want to know.
Oh my gosh. My desk is literally a mound of yarn and projects.
How happy is that?
It is.
Everybody's desk be like that?
Baby James could sleep on this mound anywhere he wants. He really could, but he just likes the shelf, or he likes, he snuggles. Anyhow, okay, so I have this loveliness from A Girl and Her Wool. This is my advent kit from last year. And I'm just really want to knit it all together in a sweater. I really want to. So I'm looking at the So Faded, and I'm trying to figure out, Lauren, if you're still here, you'll have to tell me what you think about this. I'm trying to figure out. I know Lindsay gave me this like big spiel the other night at knit night about the amount of this and the amount of that and how to do the math. And I got confused, and I'm just going to have to go back and read the pattern, but it's, oh, sorry about the dog barking. It's going to be a little bit challenging to figure out how to account for how much of the mini do I use for the body and how much of the mini do I save back for the sleeves for each color. And then my other dilemma is it's such an awesome gradient kind of a thing that if I don't need all 25 skeins, where do I stop? It's hard.
Pick your favorites.
But I want it to,
You can.
But then another idea I had was to make another Radvent throw for me. Because remember, I made the one for my daughter.
Oh, that's a really good idea.
I might make one of those for me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't decide. So, okay. Question. Have you made a cable sock tutorial yet? I have not. Huh. I could.
But I do feel like you've covered a lot of cabling techniques.
Yes. In the whole, we have 20 blocks.
Yeah. And even though they're not in
a sock
rate,
it's
you cover a lot of how like you go about cabling, how to do it with a cable needle. So even though you're not doing it as socks, it would be good to just look through those and see some general tutorials on cabling.
Right. And the other thing with socks, if you're designing your own pattern or you're throwing in a cable in a pattern that already exists, that's a little bit dangerous because cables suck up the fabric. And, every time you do a cable and crossover, you're drawing the fabric in. So you have to cast on more stitches for something that's cabled.
I think socks on a plane are a really easy
toe up cable.
First time doing cables on a sock. Because I think it's just a 2/2.
Right.
Okay. Here's
it is.
socks on a plane.
So here's a couple of other questions. Jean says, I'm wondering, how do you divide the mini skins for the sweater? So you have, well, that's what I'm trying to work out.
That's the question. Jean, we want you to answer it.
That's what I'm trying to work out because it's going to depend on, your number of rounds that you do for the body is different than the number of the rounds that you're going to do for the sleeve, obviously, because the circumference of each body part is different. So I'm going to have to read through her pattern, which I purchased, and try to sort that out. So Diane says, how do I connect with your knit nights? I'm a patron. It depends upon the tier that you are. So go back to patreon.com/purl together. And you can read what the benefits are for each tier, which depends upon the amount that you pledge. And then the frequency of Zoom nights that we have together for various levels of patronage. So go and check that out at patreon.com. I'll put that in the chat myself. We'll see if I can
come knit with us.
Hey, come knit with us.
I got it.
Thank you. Cause I can't, I can't type.
It's okay. This is why I like to come to the live stream.
This is why we need Lindsay to be the moderator on live stream, because I can't keep up with myself. Right. Okay. So Jean, we need to sort out the math on that because I have a lot of minis. Just saying.
24.
Oh no, I mean, of course I have this set from last year from Lauren, but I have
Minis and minis.
other minis, like more minis. I have more minis. I have a thing about minis. Yeah. So I'm going to have to start making some things with my minis. Yeah. But I've decided I'm not really like I don't know if I'm maybe not as much of a shawl person. Because I just don't know how to wear them. And I don't know. And then what do you do when you go somewhere? It's like, you've got your wrap on. Okay, that's great. But what about the seatbelt? And then what if you have to put a coat on too? And
so the way I fix that is that I don't wear coats.
It's kind of brutal here though.
Oh, it gets brutal here too.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So I think I need to just start knitting some sweaters. More sweaters. What do you think, Jill? Do you wear your wraps or do you just take off the wrap, stuff in a bag, put your coat on, and then get the wrap out?
And that's what I would probably have to do. I'm not a wrap wearer.
Yeah.
I wear a lot of wraps.
Yeah.
I knit a lot of them.
It's an easy way to dress something up for work. Now I have to dress up for work. And so I can wear something pretty casual and then you put a wrap around it and then all of a sudden it looks fancy. So they're a bit bulky sometimes when you put on your coat, or you adjust it so that it goes right here in your coat and then you don't have to button your coat, or you can wear it as your coat. I love wraps and shawls. I wear a lot of them. But
I think my other issue is I'm so hot.
I know.
I just am never, oh my gosh, my computer just went crazy. I'm sorry. I am just never cold enough to want to put on a wrap.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Valerie Fisher, type in the chat. Did you used to live in the pretty part of Wyoming or the brown, not so pretty part of Wyoming?
What do you consider your part of Wyoming?
The brown, not so pretty part.
Oh, see, and every time you post a picture, I think it's beautiful.
Well, not this time of the year. It's not so great because it's dry and brown. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, right. So Jean started knitting sweaters instead because she knitted them and didn't use them.
Right.
But I love knitting them because of we've talked about this. I'm more of a process knitter.
I love
Casper, windy, brutal, windy. Yep.
I love knitting them because I'm always cold.
Right. See, and I think that's why I don't enjoy it. I like knitting them. I just don't use them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where in Illinois?
Oh, Cindy. Used to live in Illinois first, then Cody, and now in Idaho. No wraps for me. Sweaters.
Cindy, tell us where in Illinois.
Nice. So while she's typing, what do you have on your desk? I have lots of things, but can I butt in and say one more thing? Okay. I am enjoying my Musselburgh hat, right?
Oh, it's so is that your other fade?
This is a fade kit from Sunshine Yards from their 2019 Advent kit. And this is the one I opened on the channel when I had Amba and we did the daily vlog. So these are leftover 3 and 5 gram little tidbits that I had left over from the mini skeins that were 92 yards each. So I'm making this Musselburgh hat, which is a pattern you can get it on Ravelry. But I think I'm going to run out because now we're fading back into the greens and darker blues. And then it's going to go darker, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to run out. So I'm going to have to punt and maybe just find some more minis. I don't know. We'll decide.
So pretty.
But I'm digging the Musselburgh because it's running around and it's really good. Take it in your bag. It's really good for summer knitting because it's easy and fast and
kind of like a mega sock.
Yes, only it's easy.
It's a toe up sock and a cuff down sock.
Yes, totally. You could knit the sweaters and sell them. Yeah. Trade with someone who loves
Illinois is a town I've never heard of. I feel like that must be north.
What is it called? Piotone? Illinois? I'd have to Google that on a map. Google map. I don't know.
I would guess that it is north, but south of Chicago, but north of everywhere that I go.
You go to Minnesota.
In Illinois, I mean.
I know.
North of the furthest north I go in Illinois is not very far north.
So I'm going to tell you about my mom got this pattern as well. She's getting a bunch of her sock leftovers, and she's got this cool one started for the Musselburgh where it's like just a plain gray. And then it's going into this like burgundy, purpley kind of a self-striping sock yarn in the middle. It's cool. When she's done, I'll show you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are you working on, Jill?
Yay. Working on, not finished.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I guess I was asking, would you like to see working on or would you like to see finished?
Both, whatever you'd prefer.
Okay.
I think start with finished.
Finished.
Unless they're not close to you, then start with working on.
Nope. They're finished.
She has everything in a pile.
So pretty.
This is my favorite of all time.
Just
Love
east
it.
of Joliet.
Yeah. This is
Of course, that's a girl in her world.
it is. DK.
London fog.
London fog.
So pretty.
Just feels good. And I had to show it. So now I can wear them.
Yay.
Yay. They can go in my wear pile. Yay.
Oh, she says,
Just
however,
east of Joliet.
yeah, I'm south of Chicago, east of Joliet.
Yeah. A direction I never go.
There you go.
I used to go to Joliet a lot. They had a
Okay.
Corvette show that my dad went to.
So, Jill, you have your other socks?
Yes, I'm working. I have a sock going and a sweater going.
Show us the sweater.
Do you have your other finished socks, your glacier?
I do have my glacier. This is my sweater.
So pretty.
It's getting there.
So pretty.
I know. This was the one that had to be done before I did the After the Rain.
That's the Mycroft.
This is the Mycroft by Isabel Kramer.
Yep.
Yep, by Isabel Kramer. And this is what it is. This is what it will look like.
Nice. And you're making that out of what yarn?
I'm just making it out of Cascade 220 Superwash.
Nice.
Nice.
And it's
easy.
kind of purple. Yeah.
It is. It's tethered. I love myself a good boat neck. So it'll be a really nice boat neck.
Mhm.
I love the way seed stitch looks. That is, kudos to people who do like a whole waffle sweater or something, because this is only about 3.5 inches. And then I'll have about 3.5 inches in the bottom too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited.
So I'm going to interrupt you here for a second. Patty Richardson, if you want to type in which direction you'd like to learn to do socks, Lindsay, I'm sure, could find you a playlist for cuff down or toe up. I have all the tutorials for socks. Yes. So,
and if you really want to get in deep with sock knitting, you should look at the retreats.
Come to the Sock Summit. Either, we'll just do a little commercial for that. Either virtually or in person. Registration is open right now for the 2022 Sock Summit, where I will be meeting with people in Ogden, Utah. You can go to pearltogether.com, scroll to where it says events, and you can read about that. So you can come and see me in in Ogden, Utah in September 29th through October 2nd, or we have a virtual version if you can't travel the third week of October, the 21st through the 23rd. So go to the website, you can get all the info on that. But if you want to, I have, tutorials for cuff down and toe up. If you want to tell us which one you're interested in. If you've never knit socks before, I would do the cuff down. Just because I'm partial to that, because that's how I learned. Not that you can't learn toe up, it's fine. But I guess I'm just a little partial. Yeah. Thank you. Delia, good. Glad you learned how to do socks. All right. So Jill, show us what else you got. Socks.
What else I have?
In progress.
I have socks in progress and I have socks that are done.
Awesome.
I know. So, my in progress socks.
Yay.
These are my in progress socks. This is yarn that I got a long time ago. It is from Zebra Yarns. And so it is self-striping. So those will be fun.
Excellent.
I'm excited.
Self-striping yarn is so much fun.
It's so fun.
It is. I was debating. I have another thing right across from me. I bought Lauren's 3-year anniversary self-striping.
Nice.
I know. I'm excited.
Simply knit them. If you want to come to the retreat, go ahead and register. There will be a cutoff for registration so that we can get swag bags together and special yarn ready for you. So there, yeah, don't delay. If you're going to get your spot, you should do it. Susie, looking at the virtual retreat, same. There will be a cutoff for registration for that as well. I believe we decided the cutoff was going to be like September 10th or 11th, right in there though. So don't delay too long. And just cast on the felted clogs. Excellent. And Patty, Lindsay will get you a cuff down playlist link in just a moment. I see her searching for it. So
no, I'm struggling to find it. Do you remember when we did that?
Yeah, it was right at COVID. So it was spring of 2020 when I did Knit a Sock with Me. It was cuff down. And the playlist thumbnail has some goofy picture of me, not a sock. I don't know why I did that.
Okay. Knit a sock with me step by step.
There you go. Step by step. Whew. Okay. For the clogs, grab the pattern. It will explain you need worsted weight that is 100% wool. So it can be felted. For example, you could use Plymouth Galway, and that's 100% worsted weight held double. You can use Cascade 220, not the superwash, the regular. Lion Brand makes a classic wool. So does Patan. They make a classic wool. There you go. The cutoff is for retreat registration for both the in-person and virtual will be right around September 10th. I will give you they have like the 2-minute warning. I'll give you like a 2-week warning when registration is going to be cut off. So yeah.
Okay, there's the link.
And I will say, because now we're going team toe up, cuff down forever. Both are fantastic for different reasons.
Yes.
I knit both directions for different reasons, depending on the person I'm knitting for and how they fit their heel and yada, yada, blah, blah.
I think you explained that at the beginning of that knit along, that playlist.
Yeah, I think there's valid
there's
valid reasons to do both.
Mm-hmm.
People that knit toe up, I have very large feet. I've said that many, many times. So sometimes toe up is beneficial if I'm concerned I'll have enough yarn or I want to use it all. And I'm going to knit it toe up and I'm going to use all the yarn I have. So that's great. Cuff down fits me a little better, depending on the heel that I use. And people say, here's the thing, people say all the time that you can try on the toe. If you knit toe up, you can try it on as you go. Well, you can try it on as you go when you knit cuff down as well. And in some ways, if you knit shorties or you need a shorter cuff, you're getting to the heel and you know that that's going to go over your arch and the diagonal measurement and the widest part it has to. If you knit toe up and then you knit the heel and you carry on, what if it doesn't go over your heel? Whoopsie.
And it becomes a pair for someone else. Then it's a gift.
I have an example of one that I did cuff down that does not fit me correctly because I did not try it on. So it's beautiful.
Yeah. And sometimes
it's way too tight and I haven't done the second sock because I need to rip this first sock out and redo it.
And reknit it. Yeah. Okay. I knew someone would ask me this. Jan, okay. Lisa Gibson says, Jana, did you finish your mother's sweater? No, not yet. It's on my desk in a bag. And
that is a podcast within itself. Jana's desk tour. Jana's WIP desk tour. Yes, absolutely. Oh, yes. Or,
you can't
or
even see the surface of my desk.
you
It's
could,
literally
or
just a yarn.
here, you could just hold them up and Lindsay and I could talk about them. And if we don't know it, we'll just make up a story about them. It'll be awesome.
That would be really fun.
Jana originally started this for such and such.
And if we remember when, like, oh, I remember her casting that on and this was the story.
Well, like game show points. Bing. So my mother, we talked about it the other day, and she knows it's totally a pain in my ass. She knows this. And she's like, maybe I'll see it before I die. Maybe I won't. She laughed. And I'm like, well, you told me you had a dream you were going to live to be 90. And so I have some time. and I said, and then we said, well, maybe she'd be buried in it. And then we laughed and said, well, no, because she'd be cremated. And I'm like, well, then I guess it'll get burned up with you. I mean, that'll be that. Do I have to finish it for that to happen?
That is a morbid conversation.
I know, but we are very practical people.
Yes.
See.
Anyway, it was funny at the time. Maybe you had to be there, but I have some time.
I can see having that conversation in my family and that being funny. That's not what I meant, that it wasn't funny. I'm just,
yeah, but she's very cool about it, because if I were her, I'd be like, yeah, I'm never getting that sweater. Okay.
Everybody's on board for the desk tour. We don't have to see your desk. We don't have to see your desk. No. You just have to start at one end. Like when you clean a kitchen, you start at one end and you just go clockwise till you get everything done. And so we just start at one end of your desk.
That would take a while.
And then just lift them up, and it would be fun.
It'd be so fun
for us.
Okay, no, Lisa, you didn't miss the finish. When and if I finish the damn sweater, that's what we call it in quotes, the damn sweater. There will be Instagram, there will be fanfare, there might be confetti at some point. There will for sure be wine.
There will be a party podcast.
Yeah.
So
Mom can come on and model the sweater.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, because you're at 37,000 followers. I'm thinking, what will you do for 40? Maybe for 40, you need to finish the damn sweater. Because we can.
Oh, okay. That's my challenge. Finish the sweater before I get to 40,000 subscribers. Or if you want to help that, subscribe. So then it puts more pressure on me.
Or you hit 40 and then you have to finish the damn sweater before you can do anything else.
Both of those are good ideas.
Yes.
I think the best idea, however,
Jana's not a big fan of those,
is the desk tour.
Okay. So are you sure there's a desk under there? Yes, because my elbow is resting upon it. Yes. And baby James is not lost on the desk. He's actually, at the moment, I have this old comforter that used to be one of the kids, and I have it under my desk for in the winter for the dog. But baby James is enjoying it right now. He's curled up right in the middle of this giant comforter under my desk. He's under there sleeping.
No.
First, do we get to guess how many whips there are, and then the tour? Sure.
Whoever's closest gets a prize. Price is right.
The damn sweater. They get to finish the damn sweater.
Closest without going over.
Okay. Let's see. When you hit 40,000, there's a lot of zeros there. And then burn the damn sweater and get 100,000 subs.
Oh,
I think my mom wants to wear it. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's been very patient about it.
Very patient. She's been being patient as long as I've known you.
It's true. Okay. That's totally true. Goodness. Okay. We could do all that. You didn't miss anything. All right. I think I'm caught up on the chat now. So what else do we have in our whip pile? Show us the glacier socks, Jill.
Oh, they are done. Dun, 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 dun,
Those
dun.
are so pretty.
And they are the same length. Look,
Woo!
I knit socks that are the same length today.
Fantastic. I
2
love
days
that.
ago, they looked like this.
That happens.
Because I keep knitting with the DK socks, and I made my leg the same length that I did for DK, and I made this one the length for fingering, and I cast off, tried them on, tried the first one on. Oh, that was awesome. Tried the second one on and went, oh, that's pretty tight. You know, and when you're thinking in your head, oh, that one's just a little tight. You know what I mean? Before you really realize what it is. And then you're like, oh, that's too tight. And you take them off and you're like, oh, that one looks noticeably shorter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really was. And sadly, happily, my feet are the same size. So
Happily.
And they weren't going to be for my daughter. I was not going to then.
No, you've been working on those socks for a hot minute.
They are the longest. Yes.
Hold
February.
them up again. We want to appreciate the color and the stripes. And tell where you got the yarn from.
I got the yarn from Polka Dot Sheep in Whitefish, Montana, before I knew how to knit socks. Because I thought, wouldn't that be cool on a vacation to get a skein of sock yarn? And every time you went on vacation, you could get a skein of sock yarn and it would help you remember. And I haven't been on a vacation since. So, yeah, I'm so happy with the way they turned out. They're so pretty. It was the third try. I've knit these suckers 3 times.
They're lovely.
So now
But that's how you learn. We all do that. We all have things like that.
Yes, we do.
So
and that is how we learn.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you got? Oh, wow. Lindsay, it has gotten dark there.
I told you.
We knew it would.
By the time we get off, there will be no more sun coming in.
Right. So what are you working on?
Okay. As we speak, I am working on the habitation throw.
Ooh. And that's by
Helen Stewart.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. That was impressive of me.
She did the Tchaikovsky hat.
1, 2, 3.
Nice. 6. Yeah, you guys need to look at Lindsay's Instagram to appreciate the colors.
Yeah, because I have shown
pretty.
It's hard to see on here. And
yeah. And the lighting is changing as it gets dark outside, but it's lovely. And it's a really neat,
so pretty
kind of a fade. Yeah.
It is. I'm on color number. I just as we were sitting here, added in color number 10 in the middle of the row. And this is the first time I've added one in the middle of the row. I've done all of them on ends, but I wasn't paying close enough attention. And all of a sudden I had like 12 inches left of yarn and much more than that in my row. And if you have knit with me at all, you know that I don't like to go backwards. I would prefer to rip out, but I'm not going to rip out half of a row and I'm not going to tank half of a row. So we'll just add in another color and it'll be fine.
There you go.
It will.
So.
And you're knitting that with what yarn?
My yarn is the Advent from last year.
Okay.
From Fangirl Fibers called Winter in Stars Hollow.
Nice.
And all of the yarns have either Gilmore Girls episodes as their name, or most of them are like specific quotes from episodes that a lot of people would notice and recognize. For the first time, I read through so many project pages on this before I did it. And one of the ones that I read through said that she took all of her minis and caked them up into like big monster cakes. So like 6 mini skeins at a time into one cake.
Wow.
So you just do one and then you tie a little fake knot and then keep going and do the other one. So I'm on my second monster cake.
Okay.
And then I have 2 more.
So exciting.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, and then I have one random skein that they all really flow together. Like they all carry over colors from other skeins, except for this one. And so I have it's separated, and we'll see if I find a spot that I think it'll fit in, I'll, stick it in there. Otherwise, and leave it out.
So I'm going to add two things. I'm going to say, welcome Joanne from New Zealand, lunchtime tomorrow.
Lunchtime.
Because she's in New Zealand.
Yeah.
So nice to join us at lunchtime. Okay.
Yes.
Scout 1052 says, question, how do you join your minis for the Musselburgh hat or socks in a smooth fashion? Well, okay. Socks would be different. I would join my minis differently with socks because in the Musselburgh, because the way that you're doing this, you're going to knit the other half of this and it's going to go back down and decrease back down to a point. Then you turn the Musselburgh inside itself. So you're actually going like this and tucking it in. So it's a 2 layers. So with my 3 to 5 gram tidbits, I have just tied them together because see, it's all going to be hidden. I'm not going to bother because I'm turning this inside itself. So I'm not bothering to weave in a whole bunch of mini ends but to answer your question, for a smooth weave in, what I would do, or if this was a sock, I would leave a bigger end than this. I would leave more like a good 3 inches on my ends. And then I would duplicate stitch. And then I would take a sharp needle and go through some purl bumps, splitting the stitch on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And then trim it close. So I would do it in the same way that I do my Fair Isle ends. And I have a video on that on the Fair Isle playlist on the channel, because that's a lot of ends to weave in, in that way. So I hope that answers your question. In a smooth with lots of those. Cool. Yeah. So Lindsay is looking for a playlist. Thank you. What else, Lindsay, when you're done with that, you can show us what else you have going on. I'm going to be frogging some stuff. I'll talk about that for a minute because I have some whips.
All my whip playlist in, by the way.
What's that?
I'm just putting the whole playlist.
The whole Fair Isle playlist. Yeah, you can find it. It's on weaving in your ends after you're done with your hat. Same principle. I'm going to frog some stuff because I've knitted a whole entire thing and then I'll be like, meh, and it sits on my desk for a year and I don't wear it and I didn't even weave in the ends. So I'm like, I guess it, you know what I mean? Maybe I want to use the yarn for something else. And I'm totally fine with that because I'm a process knitter. Oh, Jill has an idea.
Well, it needs to be part of the desk tour. So before you frog it, so we can guess, you can put it up and tell us all about it and then tell us what the plan is. Is it going to make the cut or no?
I like that.
People want to know.
People do want to know.
And you wouldn't have to show us everything on your desk because nobody knows, because we can't see your desk. We would just trust that you would show us all of the things on your desk.
I might and more, because what constitutes on the desk? Because there's some things on the floor near the desk in project bags.
I think that counts.
It's kind of bad. I mean, yeah, it's messy.
We want to know.
Give the people what they want.
Okay. All right. So Lindsay, do you have anything else going on at the moment, or are you?
No, I haven't been knitting a ton. I've really been sewing more than I've been knitting right now.
Yeah, I think we go through phases. Sure.
So
sure.
The only thing that I'm faithfully committed to in my knitting right now is this throw.
Okay. So I want to ask, since we talked about my sweater, that I haven't finished, did you finish your Nora's vintage Afghan?
No.
Okay, no.
I think I only have 8 blocks left.
Okay.
And it is sitting next to the couch instead of being hidden in the closet where some of the other whips are. So I really want to finish this one.
Yeah, that's
and
good.
Then maybe I'll do that one after.
Oh, Cindy Hayden says it counts if it's in the same room as your desk.
Oh, and Lynn says anything the cats haven't stolen.
Oh dear.
Lynn is really broadening this.
Oh.
This is delightful.
Okay. Oh dear. I might have to have a minute to gather.
Well, we're not going to do it today.
No, I know that. I'm just saying a minute as in.
No, I know.
The term minute could mean a week.
A minute and a little.
Yeah.
No. To knit me up.
Okay. So, all right.
To knit me up.
We've been at this an hour and I'm getting ready for a camping trip. So unless anybody has other questions, I'm probably going to go pack my car pretty soon.
Wow.
I feel like I should start singing the Jeopardy music. Like that way.
Time's
running out.
Okay. I used to be a monogamous knitter until I met Janet. Oh, it's Jana, by the way. Jana. Sorry. Taught me I can do more than one thing. Yeah, that's true.
I was monogamous before I met you.
That sounds bad.
It does sound very bad.
I was monogamous before I met you. I love you too, Jill, but not like that.
Knitting.
I know. And that's so funny is the whole idea of being a monogamous knitter came to me first from the Yarn Harlot, of course. Stephanie Pearl McPhee. She's hilarious. And that's all about her being the Yarn Harlot because she wasn't true to one project or one yarn or, What is your camping project? Oh, that's a really good question. And I tell you what, this time is not backpacking. So I'm actually going car camping, not backpacking.
So car camping.
What?
What is car camping?
Like not backpacking.
So like you're not camping in your car.
No, but I'm taking a tent and I can drive the car to the camp spot. I don't have to like back carry it all on my back.
Sounds just as bad.
But I don't have an RV. I don't have a motorhome or a trailer camper. So it's car camping. See the difference? Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to answer where I'm going because I don't quite know yet. We're just going. My car camping. Let's see. I'm going to take, I have some socks I have to finish for my daughter's English teacher. That's not in front of me. That's in my bag already. That is my goal to, but then I got to finish these by the end of the month. So I think I'll be taking the English teacher socks and these. And then, there'll have to be a couple other projects that I take because what if I just want to switch it up for an hour? Right. That's what I always have, a little panic attack. What if I need this? What if I need that?
Yeah. No.
It always takes more time to figure out the knitting packing than anything else.
Yeah.
I know. We're going to the mountains. I'll just say that. We're going to the mountains in Southeast Wyoming. So, nice. But I'm not exactly quite sure yet where because we haven't decided. Yeah. My mom's sweater would not be a good thing to take camping with me.
No, that would be so hard.
No, it would not be good because that sweater has columns of like a lace section, a cable section, another lace section, another cable section.
And they're all different numbers, right?
Yeah. And that's not travel knitting at all. No. We have a small camper, cannot sleep in a tent, too many scares with bears.
Ew.
Yeah. We had a camper, sold it. We just didn't use it because I would go backpacking or take a tent and it was just like too expensive to just sit in the storage, So we're going tent camping. Like we were laughing the other night because we're going to have kind of a recreation. We went camping on our honeymoon, right? We spent 2 weeks camping for our honeymoon. So we went, our wedding night was camping in a field in a tent. Now this was 30 plus years ago. And for food, we'd been driving, all afternoon after the wedding. And for food, we had Ritz crackers, like Cheese Whiz, the right. And the little square tin of smoked clams and beer. Yeah. And somebody said, Red, I'm on vacation right now in Seaside. We camped in a field near Seaside. We got married in Newport, Oregon.
Ah,
so I know where Red is in Seaside.
Ah, that's cool. Yeah.
So we were laughing about that we have to go to the store and get, like pizza and Ritz and 30 some odd years later.
You'll have so much fun.
Yeah, just a couple of days.
It'll be nice.
It's good. And during the middle of the week, there shouldn't be too many people, 3 projects because you'll have driving time as well. Well, that's a good point. Just take the darn sweater. I'm not taking the sweater camping. Nope.
Yeah, I just don't think that that's a good.
No, and I also don't want it to smell like campfire smoke. It's one thing if it's a sock that's mine that I'll launder, but I'm not gonna. Yeah, no, I'm not taking the sweater.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
So
I'm on your side with that.
Thank you. But the damn sweater does need some regular attention during the week. All right. Anything else you guys want to show or talk about? We have some fun stuff coming up. Let me talk about that real quick. If you're interested in coming to the retreat, head over to Pearl Together and click the events thing for the retreat information. In August, we're having the clog vlog that will start next week. August
vlog
will be the clog vlog, episode 1. Clog vlog.
Vlog.
Knitting clogs. Jill and I are knitting clogs. We already announced that. So go get your pattern. It's the Felted Clog by Bev Velasquez. That's on Ravelry. And the links are down below in the clog vlog announcement. So
this is perfect timing. I have a pair of clogs that I need to start.
Yes. So we like to do that in August. It's a fun, quick project. And then in September, we have some fun stuff coming up too. There's going to be, how YouTube now has started shorts, YouTube shorts. I don't know what that means exactly and whether it's like 2 minutes or less or 3 minutes or 7 minutes. I don't know what that means. But in September, we're going to just do short little technique videos.
Fun.
Leading up to the retreat because I'll be getting ready for the retreat. So we're just going to keep it simple in September. And then, there's also garden harvest and canning and fall is busy. It's busy. Yeah. Okay.
Yay.
That's what's coming up.
Fun.
Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having us.
Yes. Thank you.
All right. 30 minutes a day. Yeah, that's a good idea. Thanks.